Now, speaking of people waking up to what's going on, shocking news yesterday. Jake LaTurner announcing that he is not running for re-election in Kansas's 2nd Congressional District. Jake LaTurner got in office in 2020. He was the state treasurer. Remember, he beat out Steve Watkins, who did that one term there, which was just kind of a bizarre couple of years. And he's 36 years old. He's a guy who could have spent his life in Congress. But he announced yesterday that he is not running for re-election. And for a lot of us, it was a shocker. But I can't blame him one bit. Jake LaTurner is a young father of 4 kids. We're similar age. I've got 3. He's got 1 extra. And what does he do? He spends his weeks in the hellscape of Washington, D.C. with some of the biggest morons in the country, while his wife is back here raising his 4 children. And then when he comes home, he's got to go all over the district. And the 2nd district, goes from the north side of the state line to the south side of the state line. It's a big district. It's not like it's the 3rd district here where it's, Johnson, Miami, Franklin, and a little bit of Wyandotte. It's geographically a big district. He's got to come back and he's got to do constituent services while his wife is here trying to raise their family and his 4 kids. So he's a young father. He spends most of his time away from his family, not getting a lot done through no fault of his own. For what purpose? How big does your ego have to be as a young father to fly halfway across the country, to deal with the numbskulls in Washington, D.C., be away from your kids all week, fly back on the weekends, and probably spend a lot of your weekends, going to have to listen, and not that spending time with your constituents is not important. It is. But as well as I do, some people just want to complain. All right? They just want to complain and cry about, victim status, whatever. They want to berate you for this, that, and the next thing. Who wants to spend their life doing that? I mean, seriously, especially when you're trying to raise a young family. You're missing out on life events. You're missing out on weekend sports. You're missing out on theater and all these different things, depending on what your kid is into. For what? I mean, yes, we view this as public service. We want people to give back to their country. We want people to run for the right reasons. And I genuinely believe a guy like Jake LaTurner ran for and served for the right reasons. But at some point, you got to wake up and look in the mirror and say, enough's enough. How big does your ego have to be? How many social media likes do you have to get? How many Fox News hits do you need to overcome what you're missing out on in life? And, I sent Jake LaTurner a note yesterday, and I said, well, I guess I'll congratulate you. I don't know if that's what you want, but I guess I'll congratulate you. And he just writes back, absolutely, congratulate me. This is great news. And I said, okay, congratulations, Jake. And he said he would come on the show soon.
Imagine an elective representative acting the way the Founding Fathers intended.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It comes as news, right?
Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit of service.
What do you mean you're not hanging around till you're 80?
Yeah. What's wrong with you, man?
No, you're actually doing the job the way it was intended.
Yeah. So now that 2nd district seat is open. And, here we are just a few months out of the primary. And if you're in that 2nd district in Kansas, which does include, parts of the metro here with Wyandotte County now in part, it was always, but it's now in part of that 2nd district. It is even more a part of the metro. So we're going to see who this ends up going to, how this plays out. I think there's a lot of people getting their ducks in a row right now in this 2nd district race. And, the names I would watch, Derek Schmidt, former attorney general, of course, ran for governor. Alan Cobb with the Kansas Chamber. State Senators Karen Tyson, Dennis Gomer-Pyle, J.R. Clays, Kim Borchers, National Committee woman, and Mike Hagee, Shawnee County District Attorney. Those are the names I would take a look at after talking to some people on the short list. And it is going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. But you know what? Good for Jake LaTurner. God bless him. And we wish him well in whatever is next. And get back to that family and hug those kids.